everyone. What we're going to do now is to make our own tags. You know, tags that you can use and clip into your, put into your albums or wherever you want to put them. Do you remember the mixture I did of the coffee and the tea last night? Or was it the night before? I can't remember. Still got it here. Just soaking up my tag. All it is, cut some card. Not that one, this one. It's just a nice quality card that I have. Just chop it up. And what we're going to do is just you pop it in there for a second or two. I'm just going to put this somewhere where I'm not going to spill it, hopefully. Pop that on here and just dry that as is. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. You can let it run so it distresses, looks like it's distressed when it's dried. It's just to run that off a little bit. Well, it was a mixture of 2 spoonfuls of coffee to 1 tea bag. And the tea bag I did actually leave in overnight to, you know, infuse itself so that you can see more of the colour. Very simple, very quick and very easy to do these. Okay. See the lines it's left where, you know, it's all soaked to where it was leaning on the deck. Once you've done that, take it again, dip it back in, because you're just building up the colour basically. Take it back out. And you can repeat this process for as many times as you want, depending on how dark you actually want your tag. What I am going to do is take my dirty cloth and just dry some off, because I want to do it as quickly as possible so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've just got that for now. I'm just going to get the ink. Sorry, I should have had it ready. I'm going to take the brown. This is the Stays On, but you can use any ink, you know, it doesn't matter. If you're only using it for a project or you're not going to wet it again, then you can use any ink. But I'm using the Stays On because I might put this on a project where I need to wet it again. And if I'm going to do that, then I really do need to make sure the ink doesn't run. But we'll just do this to start with. I'm going to take my, and just make sure you can see it, yeah. Take my piece of card that I've just distressed, and I'm going to lay that on like that and just press it. Press it all over like that. Take that off, and you can see I've now made myself a tag. And that's brilliant. I'm not quite happy with it. I want to distress it a little bit more. So now what I'm going to do is just put the lid on my Stays On ink, and I'm going to get the Tim Holtz ink. Only because I like using the walnut stain. And oops. Let me get my inks out. Now, we'll find it now. I had them out last night and then put them all away and then couldn't find it. Probably the last one that I come, so well, I'll use the brush corduroy. Okay, take that. Just do that. Now I can wet it like that. Let that soak. Okay. Let the colour run a little bit, because it will darken it. And then you're supposed to have a dry cloth, but mine is dry, but it's a dirty one. Okay. Now dry that off. The ones I've got left in the tub, I'm going to show you how to do those as well. Because you can do them in any colour, basically. So let's distress that a little bit more, as you can see. Oops. Right. And then to distress it even further, take your blade, which is what I do, as you know. And just distress the edges. Take the ink again. So I do, when we're doing any alterations like this, I do like to have the edges quite well distressed. You know, that makes that look even better. You could, if you wanted to, you could drip some water. I'll just see if I can do it so that it bleeds. So you can watch it bleed. Run it down, distress it a bit further. Run it down. See, it's done the lines with the distressing. Just dry that off. Like that. And to lift, you would do that, and it lifts some of the ink off. And then just dry it again. So you can put on and lift off, put on and lift off. But with these you can, and other inks, but not with the stays on. And there you go. I've now got a distress tag that I can use anywhere I want. So I can distress the back of it more if I want to, or I can just simply write a message and attach that, put a little eyelet in there or whatever. I'm just going to dry the top off a little bit because I'm going to use this later. But instead of... I'm not going on at you to stop buying product at all. But, you know, in our Samuel Taylor's, to buy a tag like that, that would cost me from 50p to £1 each, just for that. It's great. You could, I mean, you can stamp anything you want on them. You can make them look like postcards. I do have a postcard one somewhere. And I prefer to make my own. So what I'm going to do now is take hold of this one. Now, while it's wet, okay, while it's wet, what I'm going to do is just dab some more. And this is the, like I say, brush corduroy. And I'm just going to do that while it's wet. Okay. And I'm hoping if I can just do that, just to smooth out the lines I've just put in. Now dry it off. Not fussed about the backs, I'm going to use that, and I have a stamp that I can stamp some lines on it. Now what you do is, again, take hold of the distress ink, distress it more. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. Right, and while that's like that, I'm just going to screw that up, basically. It's absolutely brilliant just distressing things. Okay, I'll do it a bit more. It's not enough for me. I like things to be really distressed. Okay, see that? Now, take your distress pad and do that. And look at that. Okay, what we're going to do is dry that off. It's not quite dry. You need it a little bit more, you know, flexible, so leave it like that. Flatten it out the best you can. That's fine, like that. Again, I'm going to take the distress ink and I'm going to use this one, only because there's more of a solid part that I want to get on the tag. Just take this one out. Swap that over. Like that. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, maybe, maybe not. Pop that on. Hope you can see this. Now, I'm going to take this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just remember that. They don't have to be perfect. This is a solid bit and this that I'm after more than anything. So, lay that on. Flatten that down. I could use a black which would stand out more, but I don't want to do that. And there you go. You've got a really, really old one. In fact, it looks like it's been in the war. In a war. And, you know, you've got that. Now, if I wanted to smooth it out a little bit more, and let me change this over. You take your water, let that soak a minute, and then you can take a dry cloth, okay? Just let me do a bit more. Soak it and soak it, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do now is lift it to see the difference. So just lift some of that ink off. If it's not quite how you want it. And then what you need to do is to dry that off. And you do need it bone dry for what I'm going to do next. But you can distress these as much as you want. And I'll just show you what I did with the tag that I did the other day. What I did glossy accent it. And if you can see here, where the word says vintage and the stamp, I actually put some glossy accents over that and there, which then made that tag look even better. And you can do that with anything. Okay. Still not quite dry enough. Just going to dry it off a little bit more. Not long coming from work, and it's we've had no children. It's been a teacher's training day today, and it's still quite busy. Very interesting, but a lot of knowledge to take in. Again, what you're going to need, so you can hear the difference, it has dried out. Take hold. It doesn't matter if it rips the paper, it makes it more, you know, vintage and more, or to use this for steampunk, doesn't matter, does it? It's whatever you want to use it on. I love things that are really distressed. It really does. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just go over the edge of those to darken the edge. Like that. And then I'm not going to finish there. Move that off. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to rip it like that. And then I'm going to curl it. Now, I might need to start myself off using something thin. So I've got one of these cable needles. And then what you're going to do is just roll it over like that. Just curl it over like that, and I think we'll have another one going across there, like that. Now all you do is you go in with the distress ink and just colour that up. That's nothing at all. See, like that, and just colour it in. So like I say, just take, whoops, needle falling, stress that up. Just play about with them. Really, you know, that's all you've got to do is play about with them. And as you can see, I could now put that on a project. I could do some glossy accents on there, or whatever I want to do with it. And again, you've got a little, I know it looks tattered and old, but if that you found that in your grandparents' box that they'd left you, you'd use it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't throw it away. Crafters don't do that. We use and utilise what we have. And there you go, make your own up. So we've got that one. We've got that one. And I am using browns, but you can use any colour. It doesn't matter. And so what I'm going to do is show you another one. Our last one. Okay. Again, dry it off. Not going to dry it off too much. I'm going to go back to drying that off, because what I do want to do is, when I can find my ink, this is the blush bronze, is it? Oh, bronze blush, got wrong way around, sorry. You know, I'm just going to put a little bit of that on there. I'll dry it off on this side first. This does have a gold and a green hue to it. Gorgeous it is. And if I don't want that too dark, simply take your cloth and do that with it. Turn that over, dry that off. Just going to get another colour that I'm after. Yes, I've got the one I want. Just turn it back over. It's still pretty damp. I hope this one works. I might have to take the lid off. I haven't used this for a while. I use this an awful lot. So I hope it works. Yeah. So now I've put a bit of green on it. Love that. And then I'm just going to dry that off. Again, distress the edges because it's nice to do that. Just do that. Doesn't take you long. Don't matter if that's ripped. I've just ripped that. God, don't matter. Still a bit damp, that was all. That's nothing. Okay. Take your ink. And distress your edges. And I am putting a fair bit on there because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bleed that now. Again, using the water. Just around the edge. Leave that to run. I might actually just colour that in a little bit more, like that. Won't hurt the pad at all. It doesn't hurt anything. Okay, nice distress card. Like I say, take hold of the stays on or something like that. I mean, if I'm not going to put any more water on it, I don't have to use the stays on. I can just use the ink again as it is. Make sure you get all of that. And again, like I say, I do want the solid part in this tag. Like that. And there you go. I've got another tag that I can use. So there you go. It's just a matter of playing about with what you've got. Where did I put my little metal thing? He's disappeared. Oh, he's fiddled off somewhere. Just curl it over. Let's just lay it on there so you can actually see those. That way, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Enjoy. Have fun. Experiment. Go for it. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, try something different. Bye-bye for now.